On this episode of the Let's Go podcast, we will be talking about Star Wars, The Last Jedi, Disney buying Fox, a whole bunch of other streaming stuff, and a new member of the Let's Go podcast family. All this and more on episode 43 of Let's Go podcast.
Let's go, 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 go.
Jimmy said he could handle this. Oh, he's from Los Angeles.
You're listening to episode 43 of the Let's Go podcast. My name is Justin.
My name is Kelly.
Hey, buddy, how are you doing?
I'm still climbing out from under the weather, as
Kelly?
they call it. But
Yeah. Kelly's been sick for like 7 years.
yeah,
It's been terrible.
feels like it.
Yeah.
But more like 10 days or almost 2 weeks. Sucks.
10 days, carry the 2 divided by 3.
Yeah.
It's confusing. It's
Well,
hard.
hey, happy 2018.
2018, bud.
It is officially the first day of 2018.
It is.
It might be the second by the time you hear this, but
Hey,
it's the first
could-
right now.
Yeah. I mean, it could be 2019 when you hear this.
You know,
Just saying.
You know, a good way to kick off the year is
Tell me, buddy.
with a tasty beer.
Oh, yes. Beers, all kinds of beers. Black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese beers. Glug, 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 glug. Cool. All right, Kelly. We have this tasty beverage that you have been saving for us.
I have. I bought a 4-pack and I drank 3, and it was so hard to
So
leave.
you've already had this?
I have.
Oh. Well,
But
that's different.
it is a little different. But hey, I wanted to save it for the show.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
tasting
sure.
it now with a fresh mouth. I haven't
The
drank
2018
this.
mouth.
Right.
Get over here with that 2018 mouth.
mouths. So it is the Left Hand Brewing, one of my favorites. Of
One of your
course, I
faves.
love the Nitro Milk Stout, but this is the Bittersweet Nitro Imperial Coffee Milk Stout.
Yes. Here's the thing. I love an Imperial Stout. Those are like my favorites.
Who doesn't?
Some people can't handle it. They're like,
Well, some people
they're
have
all,
problems.
give me a Gose.
Hey, don't make fun. Don't
Actually,
make fun of my sours.
Or give me a Coors Light. Man, I was at a number of situations in the last month where, you know, someone's like, "Hey, can I get a beer?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'll get one." And it's like, "Wait,
What's all this?
what's this cord? What's this silver bullet?"
What?
People don't have taste, man. There are people that are in our life, in our circle of friends, that just don't care.
That's so weird.
And I'm like, just let me know. I would have
Or
brought something
maybe-
good.
Maybe they just got the swill
Nah, man.
for the people that come over and go, "Hey, can I have a beer?"
Nah,
And then
man.
keep the
You
good
don't do
stuff
that
for
to
you.
people. You just don't do that. Anyways, I'm glad that you're my friend.
I'm glad.
Because I know
Cheers this.
Kelly will never give me the silver bullet.
No.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. I like it.
Yeah, this is really good, man. Whoa, check this out. I'm literally drinking it. Right out of a Left Hand Brewing, little tumbler.
Pint glass.
Yeah. This is the Wake Up the Dead glass. We had that before, right?
We did have that. The Wake Up Dead.
Wake Up Dead.
I think that's
an Imperial Stout.
Russian. I think it's a Russian Imperial Stout. So I don't know what
Yeah.
the difference is, but this one's quite tasty.
Just Russian.
It's reminiscent of the. It's basically, tastes like the Nitro Milk Stout, but you kind of threw some coffee kick in there.
Yeah, it definitely has. Well, typically a milk stout has that coffee.
Yeah, but
bitterness in it, but-
the Left Hand Nitro it's a bit smoother, and this has
has a stronger
has that kind of
coffee
bitter back of your tongue kind of bitter deal. But it's
really
still
good.
a damn tasty beer.
Yep.
If you don't mind me saying,
I don't mind.
I'm gonna give a let's go.
Yeah.
It's not like the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it's pretty damn good. If someone's like, "Hey, you want one of these?" I'll be like, "Heck yeah, I do."
Yeah.
So
I will agree with you, my friend. It is a Let's Go. And speaking of it being a Let's Go, Kelly, we rate things on this show based
do.
on the easy and very rememberable, is that a word? Rememberable rating scale of if it's the best thing ever. If this was the tastiest beer ever. And you know what? Compared to a silver bullet, it is.
right, picture a 1 to 5 scale.
Yeah, it's like a 1 to 5 scale with number 1 being a gotta go. Like, man, you gotta
That's a
do
5.
this. That's a 5. To a let's go, which is good.
Yeah.
It's a let's go.
Hey,
We're all about that.
bees get degrees, man.
Bees get degree. To a go, which is like, you know what? It's cool if you're into that. Like, we're not gonna knock you for it.
Right.
To a don't go, like, man, we told you not to do that, right?
Right.
And to the bottom of the barrel,
It's like never
go, aka trash juice. Don't
trash
do it.
juice.
Don't ever do it. That's on you.
Yeah.
We've told you. But you went ahead and did it.
If you wake up dead,
that's
your fault.
That's on you, man, not us. We are not tied to your bad decisions. If you wake up dead,
Sorry,
that's of your own. It's your own convictions, man. You did that to yourself.
You did this, not me.
So,
you.
That's really good, man. So people, please, FYI, just next time you go and you're gonna go pick up a beer, most even supermarkets have kind of a place where you can pick up some different stuff. They're getting the hint, like, you know what? Like let's give less space to the
Silver
typicals.
lights.
Yeah, no more silver bullets, And here's the thing: there's a time and a place. There's a time and a place.
I just call it a silver light. That's really funny.
The silver light.
Yeah.
The silver light.
Yeah, the silver light. Silver bullet. Coors Light. Same difference.
Yeah, Bud Light. There was a time where we were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get Bud Light. And that time is no more. I don't know when the last time I bought Bud Light.
Yeah. When we were in our early 20s and drinking beer was to just drink beer.
Yeah.
And it was the cheapest thing available.
Not for appreciation.
It's like, what can I get a lot of for a little bit of money?
For like $4. Bud Light. Oh, man.
Get 3 tall boys for $5.
Oh, gosh. King Cobras.
Right.
Cobra Commander. All right. I was like, Cobra Commander. All right. So moving on. Man.
Moving on up.
So
like the Jeffersons.
We're going to be, yeah, we are moving on up. Moving on up in the numbers. So we're going to kind of cover a whole bunch of things from 2017 here, and maybe looking on. It's going to be kind of a mishmash of a splish splash of a show today. But we just want to hang out. We want to hang out with you. So whether you're running or jogging or driving to work, please hang out with us. And you know what? If you disagree or you want us to maybe talk about something else, you can always email us at letsgocast@gmail.com. Just throwing that out there, or hit us up on Twitter or
any of the social medias at Let's Go Cast, right?
Yeah, all over the place.
We're all over the maps.
Just look for us, and there we are, right behind you. So, all right. So the big one and the most recent was
Obviously.
Star Wars, dude.
Yes, the Last
Star
Jedi.
Wars, Last Jedi.
To me, it's part of the Star Wars family. So, other than the first 3, I'll speak. Other than episode 1 through
the illegitimate
1, 2, and 3, the illegitimate stepchildren, the redheaded stepchildren.
Mm-hmm. Those redheaded.
I'm just gonna say
younglings.
Straight up, gotta go. And that's
wow.
I don't want to do half scales anymore. I'm kind of tired of doing the half scales.
scales.
So I'm gonna say it's
Commit,
a gotta
man.
go.
Okay.
Because it's part of the newer Star Wars trilogy, which is done right, to my opinion.
Yeah.
To my opinion. Keep in mind that there's been a lot of flack going through the media about certain things. I had one gripe.
Okay.
And
Don't tell me your gripe yet.
I had one gripe with the entire thing.
Okay.
And that was just like where I was kind of like sitting in the theater going, yeah, no. But the rest of the movie was great. The score was great. I mean, obviously it's bringing back a lot of the original John Williams stuff that he's created, but just the overall score to the movie was great. Mm-hmm. It was a Star Wars movie. Yeah. It was I found it one slightly unusual thing, other than the thing I have a gripe with, was the humor value. It seemed like it was higher. Like they almost trying to take it to a Marvel humor point. Mm-hmm. Because Marvel's in the last 2 movies, like Ragnarok and Guardians, like they stepped the humor up quite a bit. It's quite considerable. Whereas I never really found, there was a couple moments in episode 7 where I was like, that's funny. You know, like when Chewie's like, and he's like, oh, really? You're cold? Like, that's funny. Yeah. But this is like almost getting to, there was a couple, like a slightly lowbrow. I think there was like a your mom joke almost kind of.
Yeah, I'm going to get there.
Like I said, I'm still giving it a gotta go, but I did have a couple gripes. I'm totally not going off the rails and pissed off like some of these other people that I've read or heard comments from. I think it's still a great
making
movie.
petitions.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like we're turning into a bunch of children about this, or some. Not we.
For
not
things
you and I.
for things that are meant for children.
Yeah,
like it's Star Wars. I mean, not that you
it's
can't
a
enjoy it as a
fantasy
grown-up
movie,
but it should be fun.
Science fiction / fantasy movie.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with going, oh, I didn't enjoy that. But when you start making petitions, everybody, first off, no one cares about petitions in entertainment. A petition will not bring anything back.
Yeah,
what brings things back is money. And this movie's almost made $1 billion, so
not
we're going to get more.
Keyboard Warriors.
Not Keyboard Warriors. Guess what? There's no Zack Snyder cut, friends. It's not happening. That's a whole other thing. We might jump into that. But But with Star Wars, okay, you gave it a gotta go. I'm giving it a let's go. I saw it twice. My first time, I would have said it's just a go because I just left it in. I think I had so many problems with.
You're a little underwhelmed.
I was a little underwhelmed, and it wasn't based on. I didn't have a lot of expectations. I didn't go into the movie going, "I want this to happen."
Yeah.
Like all I wanted to happen was a good Star Wars movie, and I think it was. That being said, the stories that did play out didn't make me really excited. I was actually kind of bummed about a couple of the storylines. I was like, oh, well, that's not, again, it was not an expectation, but like, oh, that didn't turn out where I thought they would go.
Right.
So maybe I did have an expectation. I just didn't have it like.
We can do spoilers. I think.
Yeah,
at
we
this
can do
point
spoilers
we're
now.
like 2 weeks deep,
And I'm trying to build
3
to
weeks deep. And if you haven't seen it, then come on.
But I want to talk about the humor first because I think that's the stuff that kind of bugged me a little bit. Because Star Wars does have humor; it's always had humor.
It didn't bug me. It just struck me like, wow, this is.
It
kind
was
of
just.
like
It didn't feel like it was
funnier.
part of the galaxy. The humor they used, it was very contemporary humor, especially with Poe. The beginning part, it felt like Robot Chicken to me.
Okay.
That's what it felt like. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the whole I'm holding.
I need to see it again.
Yeah.
I saw it the Thursday it came out at
Yeah.
10:45 at night. So not to say that I was half asleep, but I was like, 3/4 awake. I'll say.
So here's the thing. The first time I saw it, I think I did fall asleep for a moment because when I saw it a second time, I was like, I don't remember this Canto Bite scene being this long. And I hated that Canto Bite scene. And seeing it the second time confirmed I really hated the Canto Bite scene.
Well, I got to be honest. I got to see it again.
Yeah.
But on my first initial, that my rating is still my first initial.
Yeah, I think that counts. I think
Just because it's a Star Wars film. It wasn't like a big turd floating in a toilet.
No, it's definitely not a turd. And anybody who says that, I think they're just being a little, fanboyish.
Yeah.
It was a good movie. It wasn't terrible. There were just the things I had problems with. And I've had problems with, I can have problems with movies and characters that I love. I had it with Justice League. I had it with Thor. I've had it. And it's not because I'm demanding too much. I just think, I think things felt out of place, and it made me kind of walk away with not a complete satisfaction. That being said, I thought the movie was good. I think Rian Johnson did a great job, like, giving us something new. It does feel completely different than Star Wars, whatchamacallit, The Force Awakens.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like, whoa, this is a whole different direction. It made a hard right,
Yeah.
So let me say the things that I was kind of bummed on were Finn. I wanted to see a different story for Finn, I think. I think after I saw it, then my expectation kind of popped up. Maybe I did want to see, maybe I wanted to see a different kind of adventure. I wanted to see him go after Rey more, and it kind of felt like he was going there because remember he was jumping the escape pod again. Spoilers, and then that girl Rose is like, "Oh, you're being a coward. You're running." And I was hoping he would kind of go after her, like it was a little more intentional because he wanted to go out and have the signal take her to him so that she can find him, and then it kind of felt like, oh, we're just gonna force. No pun intended. Hey, the force this relationship with Rose at the end. At the end, she like gives him a kiss and all that stuff.
Yeah, I thought
maybe that was just more of a.
I was like, that's a cool like friendship. I wasn't expecting it to go to like a romantic thing at all. But
because when he saw her Rey at the end, it was like, oh, it gave her the hug.
Right.
And you saw the kind of there was like the chemistry between them, and I was like, oh, I wanted to see more of that play out.
Right.
The second time, I actually liked Poe more. Because Poe's been kind of like, oh, I like him, but then the second time, okay, I like him more.
Yeah.
I just don't like his humor, and I think it's his humor that they write that's more contemporary. Because even in Force Awakens, there was that whole like, how do we do this? Do I start? You start? Do I?
Yeah.
I think they need to figure out a way of making that personality type work
without being too over
in Star Wars. Yeah. But
it was just more intense. This
yeah, the jokes, and even there was some like parts where it was trying to be funny, and again, it didn't feel like the Star Wars Galaxy universe, where Rey's talking to Luke Skywalker in the caves, and he's like, "No one's from nowhere," and he's like, "Where are you from?" And she's, "Well, I'm from Jakku," and he's like, "Oh wow, you are from nowhere." Like it just kind of didn't need that. To me, it was like, "Oh, why did we go for the joke?"
Yeah,
didn't need to go for the joke right there. Like it could have just been, "You are from nowhere," and she could have been like, "I'm from Jakku," and he could have been like, all right,
right,
move on. But
yeah,
wasn't necessary for me to love the movie to have these jokes. Anyways,
Mike, I hear your opinion.
Yeah,
I respect it.
You respect it. I think I'm a little more like hard nosed on those.
Like
things.
I said, I need to see it again. You've seen it twice. I need to have a little more context to really formulate solid. So it could drop to a let's go, but it's still a great movie.
Yeah,
and
it's still great. Like
my
I don't
one
have
gripe
problems.
is the Leia thing.
Okay. What?
The force back to the ship when they blew up the ship and she's out in space and she used the force to bring herself back in. It's like,
Why?
you had the perfect opportunity because she passed away.
Yeah.
Like you had the perfect opportunity to take her out of the storyline.
Yeah.
And it didn't really. They could have easily manipulated the end to not even have her and just left it as it is. Now, for episode 9, they're going to have to figure out some way she's going to have to die off screen, or it's like, how are you going to figure that out?
Or maybe
Please
she's
tell
not.
me.
Maybe she's not even in the movie. They're just like, she's busy.
Yeah,
General Leia,
she's busy doing something, even though she's been in everything up until this point.
Or maybe she does die in that movie.
She was even in Rogue One. Come on.
I know. I'm back and forth on that, man. I felt like they could have, if they wanted to, kill her off, but then what? I'm just trying to think like the best way. Like let's say we're in the editing bay and we're like, okay, so we kill her off there. Obviously, they'd have to do some reshoots and restructuring to like take her out of the movie because she's there at the end on the bunker, on crate and stuff like that. So she's there. It would have been cool as if they did kill her off originally. Like if she was the one who sacrificed herself to like warp speed ram, the car. Light speed. Like
I got you.
The ship into the Empire ships. That would have been pretty cool. Instead, they kind of made the character. I didn't like Laura Dern's character.
Yeah,
she
wasn't a
bugged
fan.
the heck out of me, and so her sacrifice, which was cool, it was heroic, didn't do much for me because I was like, I don't like you, and it wasn't like a character that you didn't like for 3 films. Like, dude, this character is a butthole, and they were self-sacrificing. They tried to force that into like a 30-minute arc of her. Like, whoa, she comes in, she takes command. Poe hates her. She's kind of a B.
She had some kind of historical like figure, like she led some kind of
there was a battle, something happened. Her and Leia were friends when they were younger, and so they want to shove all that in there, and then it was kind of a way to show Poe she knows what she's doing, trust her. But it was like all she had to do was answer his questions in.
Right.
Instead, she just kind of came off like hard nosed and like, I don't know if I like her. I get why Poe's kind of like frustrated with her, and then she does something that's pretty awesome. It was cool what she did.
Yeah.
And then you kind of saw it telegraphing like, oh, I know what she's doing. But it didn't make me like cheer that, oh my gosh, she had this crazy character turnaround. It was kind of wasted. So I think they could have, if they wanted to streamline this story a little more, it could have been Leia, and that would have been an amazing way for her to go out.
Right.
Even before she passed away, like, so yeah, there were some issues. I don't know how they could have re-edited that, but I get what you're saying. I don't have a problem with her forcing her force puns all day, like force punning herself back to the ship. But it felt like Guardians of the Galaxy to me a little bit. She started frosting up like Star-Lord did.
Yeah. Well, I think they were just because they didn't really bring the realities of space into, like, say, the original trilogy.
Yeah, they haven't.
Where there was, you'll freeze to death out there. Like, they have these open bays with, when the ships come in, but all of the stormtroopers are just chilling.
Yeah, there might be like
chilling.
Could be like some type of.
But
like
it was cool.
force
Like
field.
when they did there was a part in there where it dropped to silence. Like there was no explosion. It was just.
Yeah, that was cool. Did you know there was in the AMC theaters and I feel like it was in LA, made a big deal to like let people know for 5 seconds there's not going to be any sound in the movie. It's not a problem. Like they get a warning. It was like, you don't need to give a warning.
Yeah,
it was obvious. We got it.
Yeah,
we don't have to spell it out for us. Thank you AMC for being stupid.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on the whole like Leia frosting up Guardians kind of like kickback and Disney, whatever.
But we still got those effects.
Yeah, I think that was part of it that killed it for me too a little bit, and was just kind of like, oh, really? I did see the resemblance.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but overall,
see Mary Poppins back in there, and then we're
right,
Mary Poppins, y'all. So overall, Star Wars, it was good. I'm excited to see the next one. I mean, J.J. Abrams doing the next one, so he's in a weird spot where, you
Now he
know,
has to-
people liked it, and then people kind of like, it was too much like the originals. And now this one, people are like, that petition's ridiculous to have it removed from the Star Wars canon. Like, it's not going to happen. So
Wait,
I wonder what he does.
Some people were saying 8 was too much like the originals.
They said 7 was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I'm like, well, yeah, duh. That's what they're trying to do. 8 was like
not a reboot, but
8 was like completely different than anything. And
Right.
I didn't like. I loved Luke's stories. I think some people were like, Luke's story bugged me, and he shouldn't have done that. I actually really liked it, and every other like character who was like of like, oh wow, they were this Jedi Knight. Obi-Wan took off and hid. Yoda took off and hid. Luke took off and hid. They all became reclusive at the end. It just kind of mimics the Star Wars story. So the people that say it wasn't a good move for Luke, I'm like, that's in your own head, man. Like, there's nothing in Star Wars like canon that says that these Jedi Knight guys aren't like flawed. They're all flawed in some way. Anyways,
Yeah, they're all
I thought it was interesting. I think I didn't like the effect of him disappearing at the end. That to me seemed kind of, well, he just kind of faded out. But
well, hey, dude, Obi-Wan.
no, I know. I think they're trying to keep it consistent, but I felt like the effect could have been different.
Yeah.
But that's nitpicking. I didn't have a problem with his character. I actually really liked the lightsaber fight that he had. He didn't really have a lightsaber fight like the dodges he had with Kylo Ren. If I had one more complaint or nitpick, it's just how Kylo Ren at the end. I really liked his storyline with Rey, the whole movie. Dude, that scene where they took out Snoke.
The Imperial Guard and all that.
Dude, that was rad. That was so rad. So what I think I would have done, instead of him putting the blame on Rey for killing Snoke, it would have been way more badass if he was like, I took out Supreme Leader Snoke. Then it's like, oh, dang, this guy's just an evil dude, you know? Instead of him kind of like passing it off.
Yeah,
and then
the buck.
once they were hitting up Luke, I thought it would have been way cooler if he didn't go so like comic book supervillain and go, every gun blast him, because he knows that's not going to stop Luke.
Right.
It was kind of unnecessary. It would have been way cooler if he saw Luke and he was like, let me out. And then they just kind of did a face off. That would have been awesome. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing is, sorry, I have all these thoughts. If Kylo Ren would have just actually killed Luke, I think that would have been cool. Like, finally, like, made it happen. Luke still Force ghosts at the end. He still becomes one with the Force, but it would have been it would have A, elevated his villainy, and then B, they still could have got the end of Luke becoming one with the Force.
Okay.
But other than that, that's just, again, those are just like
choose your own adventure. I just listed.
I just have a lot of ideas based on me not having a single expectation going in, but then like after it was over, I'm like, oh, they could have done this. But still, it's a let's go, and that's a good grade. Stop making petitions, everybody.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Kelly,
yes.
Any other thoughts on Star Wars?
No.
Han Solo?
I need to see it again. I'm excited for the Han Solo solo pick.
Yeah. Hey.
Pun intended.
So last week, a kind of a promo image came out, but it wasn't official. But I don't know if it was just leaked or if it was unofficial. But it showed like the whole cast, and it looked pretty cool. I didn't have a problem with it. I just don't know. It was verified to say not an official release, but it looked pretty darn official.
Okay.
But I don't know. But I'm excited. I hope to see something soon. It comes out in May.
Yeah.
Star Wars doesn't typically put trailers out like a year out, but we're 6 months out now. You know, 5 months out. I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be a surprise for us on the internet today.
Hey,
like,
it could be. That would be cool. It's weird because it comes out around the same time as Infinity War, and those are both Disney flicks.
I need to rewatch the trailer for Infinity War. I saw it once and I was like, this looks cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for anything. I'm excited for Black Panther. I'm excited for
Well,
Infinity
it spoils
War.
Black Panther because apparently Black Panther doesn't die. He's Infinity War, right?
That's true.
No, I know. It's not really that big of a spoiler. It's just kind of funny. That was something people have said. Great. So we know Black Panther makes it. Well, of course Black Panther's going to make it out alive. Ding dong.
Yeah. other than Superman, what superhero? Well, another spoiler.
I don't know. Superman didn't make it out of Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
So Kelly has not seen Justice League.
No, I'm in the dark.
Complete. Okay, so do you have any?
I try not to have any preconceived notions.
Okay, there we go.
I'm looking forward to it. Still, I'm looking forward to seeing it, even though I've heard some people, of course, like any movie nowadays. When anyone has gripes about movies nowadays, I'm just going to like, I have to try and like tune it out, because it's like 90% of the time your opinion doesn't sway how I feel about the movie, and I can still really like it. And because I don't have a comic reference, I feel it's even more, because a lot of people are like, stay true to the comic, or stay true to this, or stay true to stuff that I have no reference for. So I'm like, okay, I can go in as a complete like layman and just, oh wow, that was cool. I liked it.
Yeah. Cool. Then I won't say much about it. I mean, everything that's been said has been said about it.
Right.
I really want you to see it, just because I always enjoy hearing you like, wait, oh, that's cool. Like, you like that.
Yeah, I'm still going to watch it no matter what.
There's definitely my biggest issues with it is just I expected more because of what it means. But it's not a terrible movie. It's on par with most like movies. It's just, I think it got unfairly ripped by critics, but that's neither here nor there. There's so many movies. So I wanted to jump into Movie Pass. I really want to get that Movie Pass, dude. Have you heard of Movie Pass? Yeah,
I've heard of it, and I would like to get it. It's just at this point
it's kind of it's a cost to do it.
It would be a luxury.
It is a luxury like
that I cannot afford currently.
Yeah, part of me is like, oh man, I just want to. Everybody, it's been opening the doors for how many movies you can watch, and I'm thinking I can go every Friday morning with my wife and go watch a movie. She is in the same boat. She just won't justify the purchase right now. She's like, we don't need to do that. We don't watch enough movies. And I'm like, dude, in the last like 4 weeks, I've been to the movies like 5 times.
Yeah,
paid for right there. We could have just bought the Movie Pass, you know. So I really would like to get it.
Yeah,
and I think that I want to get the benefits, because I feel like it's too good to be true. The ceiling is going to crash very soon, and I will not. The day I get the Movie Pass, I'm going to see one movie with it. Like, oh, we canceled it. Movie Pass canceled. I'm like,
yeah.
It's just, it seems really rad. Like Matt Ritchie has it, and he's always seen movies. He's seen everything, every movie that like has come out. Yeah, I saw that. I saw Baywatch. I don't know if you saw Baywatch, but like just every movie you can go watch.
Yeah. If
can you imagine?
If my daughter was probably 3 or 4 years older and more like able to come with me, or like more independent, I guess.
Yeah,
it would probably be something I could be interested in, because like, you know, we're together every Friday. I watch her and go to a movie or do something like that. But right now, like, she doesn't have the attention span to sit into it.
Yeah,
so that's where it doesn't like make much sense to me, because I literally probably go to 1, maybe 2 movies a month.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that actually makes a lot of sense. You'd say right there, you'd save money.
Yeah.
You know. So, and I think it's like $8 a month if you do the payments.
Yeah,
which isn't actually too bad.
No,
but I want to just get the one
less than one movie.
Yeah, it's just, I get it when it becomes like a monthly bill.
Yeah,
it's like, oh man, I don't want to add another bill to my bills.
Yeah,
but if you can just pay it off in one little,
no more bills.
Yeah. So, anyways, Movie Pass. I just wanted to bring that up because it just lets you, it kind of like opens all the doors up to some of the movies, and then you still rack up the points. So you still get that free popcorn, that free drink, or you can get a free ticket and bring your kid, you know?
That's
so, because my kids don't watch that many movies a year. They watch maybe 4.
True.
You know? But anyways, jumping out of that. So did you hear about all the Disney, speaking of kind of Disney in the Marvel, their movies, Star Wars and Marvel, they bought Fox.
I saw something about that. I didn't know the
yeah, so the whole thing,
the reference
and I'm going to go really layman with it. Hey, speaking of laymans, basically they get all the movie properties that Fox has had. You know, Fox keeps, all they want to do is sports and news.
That's pretty significant now that I think about like every...
Pretty huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives them Aliens. It gives them, the original trilogy of Star Wars, which is cool. Gives them all their television properties. So Disney... The big concerns is like, what is Disney going to do? Are they going to kind of scrub everything and make it like family friendly? Which I don't think they are. I think Disney's smart. Like, everything doesn't have to be like sugary sweet, you know. And I think when people react that way, I get the concern. But Disney used to own Miramax,
right?
And Miramax made a ton of different movies that weren't family friendly, right? Mm-hmm. So I think Disney knows like their place. They know what Disney movies are. They know what Star Wars movies should be. They know what Marvel movies should be, and they all operate differently. Like when you watch Star Wars, does it say Disney anywhere in the beginning? Do you see Tinkerbell? No. When you watch Marvel? No. I think they know how to put the right people on the right properties.
Right.
Whether you disagree about Star Wars and petitions and all that stuff, or like whatever, put that to the side. The only problems that I've read that people are having is it just lessens the studios in Hollywood. So now instead of being 6, now there's 5 studios. And then how do you compete, and how does that work, especially as art and you're making,
there's
creating?
Technically only 3 media outlets if you really go up to the corporate level.
Yeah. Well, I guess like there's Warner Brothers, there's what?
Viacom
Disney, and Viacom like owns everything. So yeah, so I think I understand that part of it. And I see the negatives in it, and I hope that Disney can say, hey, you know what?
I think that brings a beauty to things when you're limiting the top.
Yeah.
That leaves the bottom open for so much more, like independent film. It's just
Well,
like
there you
it's
go.
kind of
Maybe
like music.
something rises.
It's kind of like music where
Yeah.
it had its ups. It definitely has its downsides because like, you know, album budgets for artists, for label artists or major label artists are like dwindling and getting smaller and blah blah blah. But that leaves the door open for so much independent talent. It's ridiculous. So I'm wondering if like independent film will kind of
Yeah, what will rise out of the ashes? Hopefully, something.
I don't know, just a
'Cause
thought.
Everything that makes the like at the end of your list, there seems to always be something that's popping up. Like, oh, a little indie film, kind of the indie film that could, you know, that kind of made some waves. And so, I always feel like it's we tend to go to the this is the worst thing ever situation when, you know, I can see how it could be bad.
Yeah.
But is it always the worst thing ever? I think you're kind of on the right track where who knows who's going to rise up in this situation. So, one of the things that this does allow is for Marvel to take over the stuff that it owns, like X-Men. They can fold all that stuff in. So they did say, you know, Deadpool can work in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because that means, do they completely erase everything they've done before? I think it would be dumb to get rid of the Deadpool movies. Like that's a kind of like lightning in a bottle, but doesn't mean they trash.
When's the second Deadpool?
I think it comes out in June.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, so
this year.
how does that work? Do they let these movies play out? Because there's a few X-Men movies coming out. There's New Mutants. There's I think they have
only
X-Force coming out.
If they could erase some of the turds they had already made.
Well, I think that's what do they do? Deadpool can fold over into anything because that's just kind of his character. He's like, oh, now I can see Spider-Man. Like he can address it on screen and it can be funny. Everything else is done, dude. Like I think New Mutants comes out, that kind of horror movie, and that's it. I don't know how, because I feel like Marvel would have a certain opinion on how they would want to bring those characters over. Like, we'll just wipe it. We'll start ground up. You know, that way they can do what they want to do. But anyways, interesting. We'll see how that stuff plays out. Okay. I wanted to jump into some Netflix stuff really quick because we didn't talk about Punisher.
No.
But before we do that, I want to talk about Bright. Have you seen Bright with Will Smith?
I haven't. I heard somebody told me last night that it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it gets a lot of crap. It's actually pretty fun. I thought it was fun. It's from David Ayer and what's his face? Max Landis wrote it. Check it out, dude. I think it's fun. Everybody out there, I'm giving it I'm going to say it's a go because someone might watch and go, this is crap. I thought it was fun. It wasn't like stop now and watch it, but it was a fun time.
It wasn't like Punisher level.
It wasn't Punisher level at all. No way, man. That's a whole different, like, you're jumping up 2 levels there.
Yeah.
But I thought Bright was fun. I thought Will Smith was good in it. I like David Ayer anyways. You know, think about David Ayer. He's not a crap filmmaker. I think he just does, he's kind of in the position of, I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something weird and do something fun. I mean, Homeboy wrote Training Day. And, you know, finally Kelly saw that movie.
Yeah, finally.
And it's a good
After
movie.
being
You
made
know,
fun of.
he's done a lot of great stuff. So people stop tripping. Anyways, so I just want to give that recommendation out there. Go watch Bright. It's on Netflix. You're already on Netflix. So instead of watching Friends or The Office tonight, watch Bright.
Yeah.
It's good, man. It's so good. Okay.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Punisher, dude.
Gotta go. No hesitation. No hesitation. So good.
It was so good, man. I really liked that show. It took me a little bit to finish it, but man, I think it's probably one of the best of the Marvel shows. I think Daredevil's still better.
Yeah, I
but
can agree.
It's definitely up there. It's right with it. It's like neck and neck, like Daredevil season 1 and 2, and then Punisher.
Well, yeah, because I mean, Punisher's in Daredevil season 2.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't.
It does. It has
nothing to do with that.
It
It's
no
good.
reference.
It's just good.
It's so good.
Yeah, and so
good.
I really liked. I think John Bernthal really kind of nailed it. So it doesn't mean anything to you,
Okay.
but as a comic book guy, that's what I am.
Okay.
I'm not a huge Punisher fan where I'm like, I love the Punisher, but out of curiosity, I went and bought the last couple of issues of the Punisher comic they put out, and they're starting to draw him like John Bernthal, like totally like, you're not even hiding it. you're Bernthal in this fool. So it looks just like John Bernthal. So interesting how they're trying to like
Meld the
cross
universes.
meld and stuff, because they don't always do that,
Yeah.
Daredevil's costume doesn't look like Daredevil costume from the comic books and the whatever. But anyways,
Daredevil's got to go.
Daredevil is gotta go.
Yeah,
But-
sorry. My brain is not
So, dude,
functioning.
it's New Year.
I'm not
New
firing
Year.
on all cylinders
New
yet.
Year, one beer.
Right. New Year.
We're almost
one beer.
there. All right, so you're gonna give the
Punisher.
Punisher.
Gotta go.
I gotta go
For sure.
I wanted to talk one more thing about streaming shows. Now, this isn't on Netflix, but you can watch it on Amazon Prime, which now you can watch your Amazon stuff on your Apple TV, which is really cool. Which I like
the
it
Prime
because
Video?
the only way for me to watch Amazon stuff on my TV was through my Blu-ray player, which I don't even use.
Well,
So
you told me about Movies Anywhere.
yeah. Oh, did you do it?
Oh, I did it, and
Yes.
it is the
Glorious.
best thing in the world.
Except for the
Because-
Ghostbusters 2016, right? Or
Yeah,
15.
yeah. Well, they give you some free movies,
Yeah.
but anyways, there's a service called Movies Anywhere.
Yeah.
You link all your accounts from Amazon, from iTunes, and
Like Voodoo or
Vudu
whatever.
or
it is,
whatever
yeah.
digital downloads
Google,
stuff you
anything,
get.
even if Google Store, if you buy it from there.
So you link all these things, and they're available on any device.
Yep.
Like it's great.
Yeah.
It's great because I was so frustrated because I would buy things on Amazon sometimes. I'd buy things on iTunes sometimes.
Yeah.
And now I can enjoy them wherever, and it's so great.
Yeah, I was like, I'm one of those guys that just hates when everything's mixed up. So I've been telling my wife, don't buy anything on Amazon, because she did it a few times, like,
Yeah.
because it was a deal or something like that.
Yeah, sometimes they're cheaper.
And
It's nice.
it's been bugging me to where I'm like, I'm just going to buy it again so I can have it on the iTunes
Yeah.
store. And I'm glad I never did that, because now it's all there. Now, I'm curious if, say, like I canceled my Vudu account, I completely like canceled it. Do those movies stay in my iTunes store?
I don't know.
I don't want to test it. I can just let it like lapse.
Yeah.
It's not like I pay for a Vudu. It's just
No.
I only had a Vudu account because anytime I bought like a Warner Brothers movie, that's how it worked. It worked through that like Ultraviolet, whatever bullcrap. So it's weird though, because now it keeps shuffling and updating things. Like now I have 2 copies of Thor for some reason. There's like a weird version that's just Thor, and there's one that has all the extra copies. Because I bought Thor on Blu-ray.
Well, yeah, I think I did. I bought Wonder Woman, I think, on iTunes.
Yeah.
And there's like 2 versions on there now. There's
Really?
like one with extras and one with like
It's weird.
regular.
Yeah, I got 2 versions
Hey,
of Dark Knight.
Whatever, man.
I'm like, why is there 2 versions of Dark Knight on here?
Maybe if you buy it on like, they have like the iTunes Plus, like there's, I don't know. Who knows?
Both copies have the same stuff.
Who
So I
knows?
was like, why is there 2 versions of Dark Knight? And I don't want to delete one, because I don't want to
It's
delete
not going
Dark
to break
Knight.
my heart.
Yeah, I'm
leaving
like,
it.
it's just weird. As you're scrolling through, it's like there's 2 versions of
Sorry, I
some
cut
things.
you off.
No, no.
You said you were talking about Amazon.
Oh yeah, okay. So
Streaming.
So Amazon streaming. So now Amazon has been added to your
Prime Video. They have Prime Video.
yeah,
app.
the Prime Video app, which they're probably like, oh, now if there's movies anywhere, who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know if the competition was part of it before.
Might work for TV shows. I don't know if I haven't checked.
It
if
doesn't do TV shows yet.
Okay.
I think they said they were working on that. If it did, that'd be great, because I have a few seasons of Sons of Anarchy and Walking Dead and stuff that are on there. But so a show on there that I may have talked about it before on here is The Americans, and it's an FX show, and it's really good. It's got
Is that Prime? They have it available on Prime.
it's on Prime. It doesn't have the latest. I think the last season is
I've
coming.
heard so many good things about that
Oh,
show, and I
dude.
want to check it out.
Seriously, it's
I'm stoked.
really good, and it's got Felicity.
Huffman,
No,
isn't that her name?
Felicity from
Carrie.
Carrie Russell. Sorry.
Yeah, what's her name?
She's in it, and I can't think of the guy who plays her husband. Who I think it's her husband in real life. I don't really know all the actors' names, but it's such a good show, dude.
Yeah, I want to check
It's
that
good,
out.
and what I love about it is set in the 80s. And here's why I brought it up, because I was talking to my wife about you.
Oh,
Hey, so I think we're watching season 3. It's either season 3 or 4. I'm not sure where we're at now. It's just been all blur. And
now I'm interested.
These are, dude, it's
Talking
real.
about me.
Yeah, we brought you up, buddy. And so they're Russian spies, but they're super like embedded in America. Like they're Americans, and
got you.
there's a lot of covert stuff going on. It's so good. But there's an episode where the father buys, because they have kids and the kids don't know they're Russian spies.
Okay.
At least at the point where I'm at. I don't know. That's not a spoiler. I don't know if they find out. And he buys her a gift. He buys her a record, and he buys her a Yaz record. And throughout the whole episode, they're playing like Yaz songs, and then they play that song "Only You," which good. I told my wife, it's Kelly's favorite song, and she's like, "It is
not like my favorite
not your favorite,
song ever,
like
but
it's like a song you really like. It's like a list, and it just reminded me of "Can't Hardly Wait" because it's in there.
Yeah.
Doot, doot, doot. Anyway, it's a good song, and so it was funny because the next morning I was making like pancakes and waffles. I had the Yaz record playing, and she came out and just started laughing. She's like, "This record." She actually was like, "Oh, this is actually good." Like she's been familiar with some of those songs. Anyways, it just brought up a funny little anecdote about you, buddy. Huh. But anyways, that show is good. Check out The Americans, and sometimes they'll put out some fun 80s songs in the way that works really well with the storytelling. So really good. Seriously, I think you and Christy would love that show, as would all of our listeners. Go check out The Americans. And just as a visual person, the artwork for every season is really cool. And then I love the opening credit sequence. I'm just like, freaking so good.
All right.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Check that out.
Really good. Dude,
It's a
gotta go. Serious. Okay. Gotta go show.
You gotta watch Narcos if you can watch subtitles and whatever.
I can do it. Yeah, I actually watched a few of them. I'm liking
dark.
it.
Don't watch it. Definitely don't watch it with the kids, and I don't even think Bert's
hey,
gonna
kids,
like
let's
it.
watch Narcos.
Yeah, right. No. Well, I'm just saying any of the content, they're not going to know what they're saying because they're speaking Spanish a lot of the time. Anyways, so that's good. I watched a documentary on Netflix the other day.
Yeah.
Called Hired Gun.
Okay.
And it's about studio musicians.
Oh, okay.
And it was actually really
I think I've heard about
good.
that.
It was really
good.
It was really
Is there like anybody famous in it, or?
I mean, guys that you that have played famous riffs, and you think it was like the actual band. It's really interesting. I would just highly recommend watching it. Hired Gun. It's it's probably like an hour and a half.
Okay.
And it kind of made me there's certain backstories behind guys that got hired to be on so and so's backup band. Like the guy from Filter really comes off as a big douche.
Okay, I think John was telling me about that.
Billy Joel actually comes off as a big douche. The way he kind of
he's always driving into people.
Cut loose his well, the way he cut loose his band that was like with him from day one kind of deal. Anyways, just watch it. Hired Gun. It was really good, and it's really interesting, and kind of gives a very good insight to the world of studio musicians and where the music you listen to, you think it's that band. It's probably not sometimes.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. So sometimes it's like the hired guys.
Oh, yeah. I've heard rumors that the first Wallflowers album is, other than Jacob Dylan singing, is not the band.
Really?
Like, it was so bad that they hired a bunch of guys to come in and re-record what they had.
Really?
Yeah. That's just a rumor. That's unsubstantiated gossip, so please don't take me at my word. But watching this documentary, I wouldn't have doubted it now, because I'm like, that makes sense.
Huh? Okay, fair enough, dude.
Ray Parker Jr.'s in there. He was a studio musician.
Was he?
And like
Ivan
Reitman, they went through like 12 different people trying to write the theme song for Ghostbusters. He tells this really cool story about that in there. Yeah, just check it out. Hired Gun.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah. If you're a musician, I'd say gotta go, just because it's really interesting as to just the world of music in general and the industry itself.
Cool. I was going to say, I saw a documentary called The Toys That Made Us, and it's all about 80s. It's on there. Stuff that was made in the 80s. So I think the first one is Star Wars. And it's really interesting that they show how they were trying to sell the concept to make the toys, and how it just ended. Lucas did the worst deal ever with it was Kenner who started it, and it was like they made like 2 cents off of every dollar, and they made just billions of dollars on these toys.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then so they had to renegotiate in the 90s. Anyways, it's really cool. They did G.I. Joe, they did Barbie, He-Man, and Star Wars. So there's only 4 episodes right now, and it's really fun. It's actually a really fun show to watch, even if you don't care like so much about toys. If you grew up in the 80s like us, it kind of makes you like, oh, I remember that. And just hearing the story, the He-Man one was actually really funny because they're just like, I think a lot of these characters we created, we were just drunk. They start telling, they're just talking about like
we were at a
these
business
characters,
meeting
like,
and we were trashed.
yeah, like who creates a character called Fisto?
Oh boy.
Yeah, you know.
Hey.
And so, hey, yeah, right. And so, anyways, go check those out on Netflix. Like, those are fun documentaries, and the whole thing is edited really well. It's just produced really well. So, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, man.
I haven't watched them, but I'm gonna check out the new Chappelle. I guess they put up 2 more.
But 2 more, yeah. We were watching it the other
That I
night.
hear are like way better than the first 2 that did.
Yeah, the first 2. At first, it was okay. I mean, it's Dave Chappelle. It's funny, but
Yeah, I keep falling asleep, and it's not just because they're boring. It's not because they're boring. Not
because they're
just
trash.
No, I'm just watching them when I'm trying to go to bed. So
I got you.
I still need to get through them, but I was kind of like when the parts that I saw, I was like, it's funny, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like, oh, my sides hurt from laughing so hard.
Yeah, we were watching last night, and it was good. So,
Right.
definitely, yeah, check out those new Chappelle comedy specials.
Netflix for the win.
Good stuff.
I still need to finish Stranger Things too. I haven't.
Are you kidding me?
I'm
oh, man,
serious.
we haven't. How do we not talk
I am
about Stranger Things 2?
I am so behind.
The last episode
It's Kelly's fault.
is
No spoiler alerts.
No
I've
spoilers.
literally only seen the first episode.
Oh, man.
That's all.
the last episode
I should be
is
watching
so
it right now.
good.
It's New Year's
you
Day.
should be.
No
Why aren't you
work.
watching it right
Well,
now?
because you and I are sitting here talking.
That's
why.
true. All right, we'll wrap up soon. We'll wrap up soon so you can finish Stranger Things too.
I know.
Oh my gosh, dude! That I watched the last 2 episodes. I really, really liked. Oh gosh, I had something I was gonna say and I lost my train of thought. But it's all right. It's all right.
Kelly's fault. It's Kelly's fault.
It's always Kelly's fault.
Right.
But yeah. We're gonna wrap up soon. We'll go to the future. It's 2018. There's some fun stuff coming out. Got Black Panther.
Yeah.
That thing. I can't wait. I can't wait for that movie.
Yeah. I'm stoked. Like it's from the trailer. I'm really excited for that one. That's
Right.
gonna be a good one.
Got Infinity War.
Ooh yeah.
That was good.
Han Solo.
Han Solo. We haven't seen a trailer yet for Han Solo,
No.
but
Come on, Disney.
I'm excited for it. I mean, you hear all the rumors about, the whole director's got fired, so Ron Howard came in, but it's still got some good, it's got Donald Glover as Londo.
Yeah.
That's going to be good.
Yeah.
Right. Hey. And then Ready Player One. I want to see that really bad.
Ready Player One.
Yeah, it's that Steven Spielberg. It's based off a book. And it's kind of like set in like 2030. I could be off. Don't complain, everybody. Like the near far future, and like you go into these like
farthest future.
You go into these like alternate reality, like VR type of situations, but it's all pop culture. Like in the trailer, like there's the Iron Giants in it. You see Freddy Krueger. He's driving like a DeLorean. So it's like everything that we loved. It's in the future, and it's all exists in this one world. But I don't know too much about it. Matt Ritchie again was telling me he's reading the book, and so I'm thinking maybe I'll read the book because it seems like everything that we love.
It's called Player One.
It's called Ready Player One.
Ready Player One.
Yeah,
I'll have
so
to check that out.
Yeah, check out the trailer. There's been 2 trailers right now. I like the first one better. So to me it looks really fun, and I can't wait to see it. And so there's a whole bunch of other stuff coming out, man. There's tons of stuff coming out just before May, and so that's again why I want to get that movie pass because there's a lot of stuff I want to see and I don't want to miss out on. And and sometimes you just want to go watch something silly. Like I didn't see the new Jumanji movie because it just wasn't on my radar. My kid saw it. And he's like, "It was the best movie I ever saw." I'm like, "You said that about Star Wars like 3 days ago, but this one's even better." Like he's just like, it was so fun, and so it would be cool to watch. I like The Rock. I like Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
I like Jack Black. I want to see these guys together, and
That'd be
so
interesting.
I want to be able to see some stuff like that. So, anyways, buddy,
Yeah.
anything else that you want to add to our first episode of 2018?
We can talk a
some
little
shows
bit of
coming
music,
out.
a
Yeah,
touch of
let's talk.
music. Let's see. Well, the Star Wars, The Last Jedi, the soundtrack and score is pretty amazing.
Really?
I've enjoyed that one a couple times.
Yeah. You listen to it while you're mowing.
It's funny. I turned it on and Violet perked up in her seat and was like, I got all excited.
Oh, that's
even though
good.
she hasn't really been exposed to Star Wars all that much.
What?
I know.
Who are you?
Dude. she wakes up and the first thing out of her mouth is Elmo, Elmo, Elmo.
Yeah.
So anyways, I got turned on to an artist. I might have talked about it last episode, but I don't think I did. But Chris Shiflett from the Foo Fighters has his own podcast called Walking the Floor.
I think you did talk about that.
And he kind of turned me on to this artist named Tyler Childers. He's like his voice reminds me of Kurt Cobain, like from the Unplugged stuff. Some of the just the grit in his voice and just the tone, but it's more country. It's kind of like traditional country kind of stuff. So as weird as it is, I've been listening to that kind of traditional country stuff.
Yeah.
New Chris Stapleton from A Room Volume 2 is really good. And the same producer, Dave Cobb, who's worked on both Tyler Childers and both Chris Stapleton's and Rival Sons and a lot of bands that I've talked about here and there. He worked on another artist called Coulter Wall. Very kind of Johnny Cash reminiscent, interesting voice. It's if you like combine Johnny Cash and Tom Waits.
Okay.
It's a little like low and gruff, but just kind of Johnny Cash type country. I've just been listening to more mellow kind of country stuff at the moment. But and then another thing I'm late to the ball game on, but I'm really digging is Royal Blood. They put out a new record this past year in 2017.
You turned me on the Royal Blood, didn't you?
Okay, I might have.
Because
I just feel like it was like a blip on the map, and I was like, oh, this is really good, but never really like developed an appreciation and listened to the albums. Yeah, so I went. The one they put out this year, or in 2017, was How Did We Get So Dark, which is really good, and then the self-titled one back in 2014. Both are really good. I just kind of been revisiting them lately and really enjoying some good old some rock and roll. Yeah, such a cool like vibe to that band is just like a distorted bass and drums and vocals. It's really cool.
That's cool.
And it's really cool how that can just fill up a. You know, you wouldn't think like, oh, just a rhythm section, and vocal would be like that entertaining, but it's really good. I like it.
Cool. Yeah, man.
Any music for you?
Nothing new, man. We were talking before the show, and I typically just listen to everything through Spotify now. Right. You know, and sorry if you hate me, you hate me. There you go.
I listen to Apple Music. It's okay.
Yeah, it's
same
cool.
difference.
It's the same difference.
Streaming
and. I share. I don't have an account that's like a family account. I just have mine because I primarily listen to it. But there are times when my wife goes in there and messes up my feed, man. I love my wife.
You were showing me that gem that she was listening to.
She messes my feed up, and I'm like, why the heck is Cardi B in my mix?
And we were like, who's Cardi B?
Who's Cardi B? And so we looked. I mean, I know the song, but I'm like, who really is she? She's nothing. She's garbage.
It's sad. We're doing her a favor, but this is also a don't go. This is the trash juice portion of the show. So if you wake up dead,
definitely trash juice. If
and
you
you're
wake up
listening
dead,
to Cardi B,
it's because you're listening to Cardi B.
You did not follow our advice, and you know, I hate to say we told you so. In the words of the Hives.
Hey, there you go. She's an ex-reality TV star / stripper / whatever, dude. Anyways, the song's like straight. Oh, this is what rap garbage is. And I say that. Hold on. I want to make sure people don't get triggered and get upset.
No,
I'm not saying rap is garbage. I like rap music.
Right.
This is like this current crop of like, what the heck, dude? This is.
We were having a discussion with our friend Nate the other day.
Yes.
Who we are going to have
shout
on
out
for
Nate Pope. Nate coming on.
We're going to have him on for this next episode. Is what was it? What is rap and what is hip hop?
Yeah.
And is it the same thing or is it different?
Yeah.
So
let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, food for thoughts. Swirl that around in your brain biscuits for our next episode. But yeah, this is not rap or hip hop. It is absolute 100% garbage, like 90% of the things that are being passed off as hip hop or rap nowadays.
Yeah, or just like, I mean,
just disgusting.
I get it if it's just rap. It just, some of it's just really bad. Like, come on, Cardi B, what's up with that? But then my wife, she throws in Fugees, which that's good.
Yeah,
like I can.
But that's R&B.
That's respectable, and that can be in. I'd say Fugees is like hip hop, dude.
I call it R&B.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's something we'll bring on the table.
It's a fusion.
We'll bring that
because
to the
you got
table.
Lauryn Hill bringing the vocal, which is more R&B, in my opinion.
I just feel like she's hip hop. I feel like R&B is just like Keith Sweat.
Well,
you know?
it's vocal. It's a vocal over a beat, which is technically, I don't know, rhythm and blues. I don't know how that works out to be that, but one more album. Sorry,
go for it.
Forgot to
I got
mention. The Midnight, very 80s driven synth rock. They released a new. I guess it's technically an EP, but it's like 7 songs. It's 42 minutes. I would call that an album.
Yeah.
It's called Nocturnal. Just really, really good if you're into like very 80s chill wave, synth wave, whatever you want to call it. Just synth driven stuff. If you like stuff from the 80s, you would probably like this. It's real good.
Cool. I was going to say, kind of, we'll we'll jump back to the 80s synth stuff, but I was listening to the Afghan Wig new record. It came out in July, but it's called You Want Love, the Afghan Wigs.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like Greg Dooley, and some people might be like, what? But they had some hits in like the early 90s with their Gentleman record. Most bands that put out a record in the early 90s, they were hits. Like, I think they were on Sub Pop or whatever. But that's been a pretty good record. I like it. I liked it a lot.
I liked it
a lot. But something that was kind of in my rotation through Christmas is this cover. A bunch of covers. It was Depeche Mode covers, and it was called For the Masses. And it came out in, I think, in late 90s. But anyways, it's pretty good. It's if you like Depeche Mode, but you like, just some different bands, they're doing covers, and it's got a good Deftones cover on there for Having a Hold, and I think there's a Smashing Pumpkins and The Cure and stuff, and Veruca Salt. But anyways,
I also forgot to mention Jimmy Eat World put out a 3-song acoustic Integrity Blues.
Oh, cool.
So it's like acoustic versions of 3 of the songs on their record. It's really cool. Just 3 songs, 9 minutes, cool little jammer,
cool stuff.
And then they did an acoustic version of 12/23/95 off of Clarity.
Yeah.
That was really cool. It worked out because it was right for it's technically classified as holiday music.
Yeah.
On it says holiday, not like rock or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was cool. So they put out a couple little cool things, and sorry, I think that's all I forgot to mention, but who knows?
Don't you dare apologize to me. I ran into Kelly at Home Depot during vacation.
Yeah.
Unplanned.
And I cut my finger helping you load that thing. And
did you really?
Hurts. Yeah.
Oh. Well, it's all put in now.
Loading is vanity, and me getting really upset by their lack of customer service.
Dude, speaking of trash juice, Home Depot trash juice, man.
Yeah, their in-store pickup. I got so mad, I ended up getting $40. Well, I initially bought some $40 chairs, and ended up getting $70 chairs for the same price because their inventory and their customer service was awful.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There you go.
Sorry, Home Depot.
Sorry, Home Depot.
I usually like
make
the
it better.
Depot,
Well, they kind of did. They made it better.
They made it right.
It was just like, you were waiting forever.
They made it right. They didn't make it better.
That's true. They made it right. Yeah, because you were there forever. I was like, dang, Kelly's still in line.
I know.
So, and I was just kind of tooling around like Home Depot and there you were.
And then Justin sends me a stalker picture of my backside. And I was like, wow. I was
like, I see you. It was funny. This guy, I was in the paint line. The guy like next to me was just like, what are you doing, dude? Because I was trying not to be like, some people are just super like, I don't care, their phone. And I was like, I want to be a little more sly. And then you can tell the guy was like, who the heck are you, creepo? And then so that's why I was like, hey,
he's like, stalker.
Hey, buddy, it's my buddy. Listen to our show. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. So we're wrapping up for 2018. Kind of excited. We have a new show coming.
Are we rapping or are we hip hopping?
We're hip hopping it up right now. Hey.
Hey.
And we have a new show that we're bringing to our Let's Go podcast network.
What?
Yeah. So Eric Melville has been on our show a couple times, and he's actually starting a show with his buddy Mike, and it's called the Start Today podcast.
Woo!
Which we Start Today kind of sounds very self-help, but it's not. It's more. It's kind of taken from an old Gorilla Biscuit song. So if you're like from the hardcore scene or just are even familiar with that, it's from that, and it kind of was a little self-help if you want from the hardcore. It was more positive, like do it now type of like mentality. So
anyways, wait 1 minute.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anthony Civilli, dude. Civ, the first record's good. The second one, big turd of a turd. I don't know what the heck happened. Side note, we'll get to the show soon. Yeah. Check out like Gorilla Biscuits, and then check out Civ's, like, which is again Anthony Civilli. He was the lead singer. He did his own little solo thing in like mid 90s called Civ. That first record's freaking great.
Yeah.
Second record doesn't even sound like the first record, and it's not a progression. It's just, what the heck was this? Now
he does tattoos, I think
he does. Yeah. Anyways, that record is really good. But going back to the Start Today podcast, it should be coming out a little bit after this episode comes out. So keep going to letsgocast.com and you'll see it there. You can subscribe in iTunes for it. And it's good. They're just going to be talking about, they're going to be a little more topical and talking about like, hey, what are your thoughts on this? And it's going to range from pop culture to news to like just, what should men be doing? What should people be doing? It's going to be all over the place, and I think you should check it out because I've heard the first 3 episodes, and it's good, and it's kind of thought-provoking stuff. And so, give them a listen, check them out, and they're going to have some guests.
The Let's Go podcast Or is it the Let's Go podcast website that's going to have all our...
Yes, everything. That's what's so go to letsgocast.com and you can see all of our shows there.
All the shows of the Let's Go network.
The universe. I always call it the universe, but it's our Let's Go podcast network.
So we have the Let's Go Cast, the Let's Go Comic Show, and Start Today. And maybe other shows to add later. Yeah.
Who knows? We don't know.
Yeah, throw something interesting.
in that. Let us know.
You think
We'd
your
love.
podcast wants to be part of the Let's Go network?
Yeah.
Throw us a resume.
Yeah. Throw us a resume and $1,000. No, just kidding.
$100 billion.
$100 billion. So, yeah, so check out letsgocast.com for that.
And then Disney can buy us for $4
And then
billion.
Disney will buy us. And then I will be an X-Man. Yeah. One day I can be an X-Man too.
Hey.
Thank you, Disney.
Maybe you'll have the proper input on all these comic book movies.
Maybe they'll be like, hey, we know who we should have talked to.
You
this
gotta talk
guy.
to Kowalski.
Yeah, I would be like, well, first things first. Here's what we should do. Anyways, please go be our friend. Go to
The iTunes store.
Yes, leave us what type of a review, Kelly?
A gigantic 5-star, a whopping
A whopping
I want
5
to say
stars.
whopping 5-star review.
Take the stars from your beautiful eyes and place them into the iTunes store.
And some friendly words.
Friendly words.
Words of affirmation are always great.
That's free. And you know what? That's free. That's the best way to help us out for free.
Right.
But if you're feeling thrifty and you're like, man,
Ooh.
I need some new t-shirts.
We got some Patreon, don't we?
Yeah, we do. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Sorry,
I'm building up.
Sorry, I ruined it.
Yeah, no, you didn't. You didn't ruin it. You implanted an idea. You inceptioned me. Like, it's in there.
At least I didn't Dunkirk you.
You shouldn't Dunkirk me. Don't Dunkirk me, bro. You inceptioned me. You can Nolan me in certain ways. You want to be on my good side? Don't Dunkirk me. But you inceptioned me.
Oh boy. This is starting to sound really dirty.
This is getting really bad. So yeah, you can go to letsgocast.com and check out our merch tab, and you can buy some Let's Go merch. And whether it's a t-shirt, a hoodie, a hoodie,
It's a sweatshirt and a hoodie.
You can buy a Let's Go pillow if you want. If you want to just relax.
What?
Yeah, whatever you want. It's basically you pick the design and you put it on whatever you want. So that helps out the show. You know, it helps pay for hosting and things like that. And you know, if we want to upgrade some gear, we really appreciate any type of purchase. And I've seen some t-shirts getting bought, so that's good. Some stickers. I bought some stickers myself, actually.
Only one pair of Vans in existence, though.
Only one pair of Vans. You got to customize those yourself, buddy. Yep. sorry to tell you that. But yeah, Kelly did mention our Patreon page. So if you go to patreon.com/letsgocast, you can help the show out, whether you want to give us $1 a month, $5, and so on and so forth. So currently we have a couple Patreons, and one of them will be getting a t-shirt very soon, because after 3 months you get a free t-shirt.
Because we appreciate the crap out of those
We
people.
appreciate the crap out of them. And we'll talk about you on the show. So shout outs to Colin Lewis.
What?
How you doing? And Rod Merritt. Thank you so
friends.
much for being a part of the Let's Go family.
Shouts and big hugs.
Shouts out. So if you want to hear your name on an iPod or your car,
iPod.
join our Patreon.
Who has iPods anymore?
Some people do, man. You know, maybe they have a Zune, like at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, you get a Zune. I was actually, speaking of Zunes, I was looking at, your history on Facebook. I guess Zunes just stopped working 1 year.
That's
like
awesome.
they all shut down. Anyways, be a part of what we're doing and check out our Patreon page. Check out our merch over on TeePublic and just visit the website. Or just follow us on social media. Kelly, how do people find you on social media?
They find me on the Instagrams as Kelly_makes_music.
Yeah, there you go. And you can find me on Twitter at J_Rocka. You can follow the show at Let's Go Podcast on Twitter and on Instagram. And again, just hit up our...
It's not Let's Go Cast?
Oh, no, I updated it to just Let's Go Podcast.
Fair enough.
Just, streamlining a few things to make it match our YouTube page. So if you want to, and if you like listening to the show on YouTube, go to youtube.com/Let's Go Podcast, where you can find all of our shows will actually feed into that feed. So
bam.
There you go. All right, Kelly. Are you good, buddy?
I'm all right.
You're good? All right, man. Well,
looking forward to what 2018 has to offer.
2018, yes. And so more shows.
Which will be more frequent
shows. We're getting our act together here.
Yeah.
But bear with us. We thank you for the patience. And we're going to episode 50. So my name is Justin.
My name's Kelly.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Like a bite of cake that bread. Let the darkness swat to the east.